Good morning everybody and welcome to Thankcraft. It's Friday. Now a quick apologies if you were expecting to see Anne-Marie here today. She's been whisked away on some very important crafting business, so I'm afraid you're stuck with me. But I'm not alone. Over in the production corner we have the lovely Jess.
Good morning.
And over in demonstration station, ready to demonstrate a storm up, is our lovely Natalie.
It's going to be a storm, I can tell you that. Good morning everyone, happy Friday. We love a Friday here on Hunky Dory TV.
We do, I've not done one for a while.
I know,
It's
we
nice to be
haven't.
back stood here. So we have got such an amazing show for you to finish off our amazing week of festive goodies. Have you loved them all? Haven't they been fabulous?
They've been awesome.
We hope you're all in the festive spirit, and I know what we are launching today is going to keep you there and keep raising that bar, because today we have for you our beautiful Moonstone Combos, our sentiments and our bauble collection, which is something new.
I know,
isn't
it's
it?
brand new. It's such a fun idea though. You're absolutely going to love it.
So much fun. But before we show those beauties off, let's run our Win It Weekly.
One attached.
So this week for you we have this Moonstone die shadow box frame, and we have two of our latest inserts. We have the birds and the bees ultimate collection. So just look at the amount of dies you are getting here for this prize. We are giving this away later on in today's show to two lucky winners. This is worth a whopping just shy of 60 quid.
It's
59.97.
massive
What an
prize.
incredibly prize. All you have to do for your chance to be in with winning this is like, share and comment the answer to this question, which is: which of these items currently holds the biggest Guinness World Record for its size? Is it A, a carrot, B, mince pie, or C, Santa's hat? I'm so glad I'm here now to see the answer to this one.
We said we wanted a photograph, so is there a photograph, Jess? We've got a photograph. This is good news.
So just do that. We will recap, I'm sure, at some point in the show, or we'll let you know when we've got a few minutes left for entries. Shall we go into what you're all here to see today? Have we got a VT? We do. How fabulous were those samples on there? Absolutely
so cool.
Gorgeous. So they don't need much explaining, but we will do it anyway. We have 3 brand new Christmas combo dies for you, and what's fabulous about these is they've got that added concept that we brought in last time with our last combo dies that cut the top and the bottom, so you can extend your combo crafting so much further. So first up for you we have the peace die. So as you can see on here, that card sample at the front, and it breaks it down, but it's easy to see on the back. So you're going to get your main word die piece at the top there, and then you're going to get the top outer die and the bottom outer die, and then this wonderful collection of stamps here that go with the word peace, so you can mix them up. We've got at Christmas, let there be, wishing you, on earth, love, blessings, joy, and sending, comfort, and then is it an ampersand you call it?
The ampersand.
To you and yours, and goodwill to all, spread, and then like a little decorational dot as well.
I think it's really nice that you've got the ampersand and you've got the word and, because very often when you come to making a card you can run out of space.
Yeah.
So being able to like swap out that word for sort of like just one letter is really, really helpful.
Next up, we can't have Christmas without Christmas, can we? Look at that.
Such gorgeous typography on this one.
It is absolutely stunning. Quite traditional, but still quite contemporary at the same time.
I think it has that Victorian Dickensy Christmas feel to it. The font, it's really nice.
So of course your stamps with this one, we've got merry, happy, magical, greetings, blessings, at, time, cheer, wonderful, wishes, joyous, have a, I'm dreaming of a white, and then you've got your Christmas.
So cute.
Absolutely stunning. And last up, let's bring a little joy.
This one's probably my favourite.
Again, it's such a different typography, isn't it, from the others?
Detailed
so fun
as well. So detailed.
We'll turn that round again.
Super cute.
And here we have, so we've got joy, and that goes with at Christmas time, comfort, happiness, peace, spread, the season of, wishing you, to the world, let there be, fill your heart with, an ampersand again, and the and. So you've got exactly what Natalie was explaining there before as well. So
and what I love about these stamps is that you can actually mix and match them across all three too.
Absolutely.
So if you prefer sort of like the font that we have in the stamps on one set, then you can use them. Obviously, if it kind of like works together with the other ones that we've got in this set.
Yeah, so you've got here, just looking at these, so we've got peace, but you could have that with at Christmas time. You know, there's lots, wishing you peace, there's lots and lots of things you can mix and match within this.
This deal is so good though.
This is amazing. For these, for all three of them,
I know,
you are paying today $19.98.
so you're pretty much getting, you're paying for two and you're getting one free.
That's it. So you're getting three dies within each, aren't you? So that's 9 dies and at least 12 stamps, is it, on each one? No, that one's got 15. 12, and 15. I'll let somebody else work that out. Yeah. So the amount that you're getting there.
39? 39? 5 and 4?
Yeah. So if
lot.
you are a club member, that comes down to $18.98, and if you are a diamond club member,
price is just,
that is $17.98. These are, yes, they are Christmas dies, so they are seasonable. Seasonable, is that the word?
seasonal.
Seasonal.
That's
but they are
right.
going to last you Christmas after Christmas
100%.
after Christmas.
And they're such great essential dies that you're going to be able to use them with loads of things, like your adorable scoreboard we've brought out, your duo design paper pads we've brought out, your blockbuster, of course, you're going to be able to use it with that. Any little books that you've got that are Christmas like themed, these are going to be absolutely perfect. So it's not like a die that you're only going to use for one purpose. You can use these across many things. That's why they're absolutely awesome.
They are so great.
I love them.
If you want to just cherry pick and you want them individually, you can pick these up for $9.99 each. Or if there's just one or two, you can pick and mix any two for $14.98. But that's just a couple of pounds off that.
I know, isn't it?
All three of them. I know what I'd be doing.
I'd be getting them all of them. Absolutely.
Would you like to see some of the glorious makes the team have made with
please.
these? Just to show them off. So these are the kind of wonderful things you can do with that inner and outer die that just look like a little strip of metal, but when they're on the cards you can really see. So you can make that perfect kind of aperture bubble to go around them, and you can see, you'll see across these cards what Natalie was saying about mixing them in with all those wonderful Christmas products we've been bringing you. So this one, they've gone really large with the piece bubble there. But this is what it allows you, because it's 2 separate strips and it's not enclosed.
Yeah.
It gives you so much more you can do with it.
Gives you lots of different options, doesn't it? Because you can obviously have these as like mats and layers standardly, or you can pop them on the edge of your card, or you can pop them down the side of your card. So it's really amazing that we have all of those abilities now.
So look at this one, how fabulous. So they've cut a triangle out of the Matastic cardstock here. Then it's they've used all the stamps to create that tree. Is this yours, Natalie?
It's Rachel's.
Is it Rachel's?
Yeah, yeah. It's really
on the
clever
back
though,
it said
isn't it?
Moonstone Combos Joy, and I was going, who's Joy? I don't know a Joy. It took me a minute to realise it was a sentiment.
It's our
which
Rachel's.
is such a clever as well. So making your backgrounds with those stamps as well is absolutely fun.
I love that one.
Again, with our new Duo Design paper pad here, just bringing them in. So clever.
How fun is it that they've mixed that with a nesting die though?
Yeah, it's such a good way
It's
to
a
do,
really,
isn't it?
really clever way. And I mean, you could do that with your whole nesting die, because you could do the top half first and then the bottom half, and then create like a circle with that word in the middle.
Yeah.
This is
So
very
this
cute.
is a sheet from the Blockbuster collection. So just cutting into that. So if you just had a strip left,
Yeah.
it just shows you this is a great way for incorporating those scraps and things that you've got left and making an absolute stunning card out of it
100%.
there. This one is absolutely beautiful using our glimmer card. Look at that.
It's stunning, isn't it?
So many different things you can do with them. Again, more of our new pattern packs. So gorgeous. This opens up so you can see how it's been cut into the front there. Absolutely gorgeous.
It's such a good idea, isn't it? I love that.
Beautiful piece. I love popping it on
Parchment.
as well. Absolutely gorgeous.
Parchment's really nice to use as your mat and layer. It just allows that word to stand off beautifully.
And then popping it onto a tag as well.
That's
so
cute.
using it as an aperture, cutting
Yes.
into it and taking the word away. And then you get 2 for the price of 1 basically. 'Cause then
Exactly.
you've got your the word to use as well. Again, using those stamps to create this background. You had some patience there, Natalie.
Oh, it took me, I did it twice. I did it twice because the first time I was having my ombre going down the card and it wasn't straight, so I had to redo it.
And then this time mixing and matching it with, I think this is a piece of cardstock, is it? But this would be great with like little book pages and stuff as well.
And that's the
Another
perfect
good
size
way
of a
to
little
do it.
book as well, isn't it? An
Yeah.
A6, so you can see how stunning that's going to look. And having it behind that acetate gives it a really fun effect as well. It's a great card, that one.
Absolutely gorgeous. Well, we've seen some of Natalie's cards in the mix there, but would you like to see her do one in real life? I think so.
Let's get to it. Now, I was going to do, the card that Bex made with the piece on the top is probably one of my favourite ways of using this, and I am actually going to use, we're going to do a different size card, but we are going to use the same sort of adorable scoreable pattern pack as well, because this design is absolutely incredible that you just cannot not use it. So we're going to do a different size of card for this. We're actually going to create a 5x7. So I was going to use, see if we've got some here. Oh, let's use this. I'm going to use some red Miri as my mats and layers, and we're just going to create 2 for this. So I'm going to do a 5x7. We're going to do it once is 5x7, and then we're going to cut another one to 5, and then I think I'm going to take it down to 5 again. So you have, let's take it to 6. No, we'll go 5.5. Take it to 5.5, so that when we pop those together, you've got that nice sort of edge across the top. We might cut it down a little bit more. We'll see where we get to. And then with this panel here, we're going to make one. This is where it's going to be a bit tricky doing it this way, but it's okay. We can work it out. So we're going to do one that's, which way are we going to do this? You want that one to be that way. So let's just cut them down from here. So we're going to do one that is 5, and no, you need to do it from that side, Natalie. 5, and let's go for 2 notches that way. And we'll do that one by, what's this one? 5.5, so let's take it to 2 notches over there so that you get that nice spacing. I think I was supposed to do it a little bit different, but we'll see. And then this one, we're going to do it by 5 by 7. So just taking off those 2/8 of an inch off each side, just so you've got that nice, gorgeous red coming through. So that is going to fit on there like that. So get our tape together and we'll start sticking some of these pieces together. So I'm going to tape this one up, and then we'll add tape to here, and we'll come back to the front of the card because we're going to do some die cutting with our word first of all. So I'm going to just take this from here. I might just change this up completely. I'm not sure. There's so many different options. I can't think of what I want to do. I'm going to place this on the inside of my card. So just fold that score line just so I can make sure I get it in the crease. And it's not going to cause me any problems.
See, I love this because this is how we craft in real life, isn't it?
It is. It is. We are a little bit sporadic sometimes, aren't we?
I mean, on the whole, how many of your cards would you say actually finish how you thought they were going to finish? Or mine take a detour.
Very true. So the card blanks in here are a little bit bigger than they need to be. So I'm just going to trim off that edge with my trimmer. My scissor just to release that because it has cut. It's just stuck a little bit underneath there. There we are.
So good morning to everybody on Facebook and YouTube joining us today. Are you all happy it's Friday?
I think so. Who could not be happy about it being Friday?
I know.
Friday is the best day of the week for sure. So my word is going to fit on the top of this panel here, so it's going to come down a little bit shorter, even more, to be able to give you some of that gorgeous background paper as well. So let's just pop this in the center, and you want to make sure the word is straight as well, so you will have a difference in sort of like that top and bottom section with this one. So I'm going to put that through, and then I'm going to give you a ridiculously early sneak peek of something that we are bringing to you. You might have seen it if you watched on Hobby Maker yesterday. I'm going to cut my piece from some of our A4 double-sided adhesive foam pads. This is 2 mil wide, and it is absolutely the biggest game changer in crafting because it is going to allow you to do some absolutely incredible things. So I'm going to run this through, and I said this yesterday on Hobby Maker as a disclaimer. I have tested this on our Gemporia machine, on our Gemini machine. I've cut it with our Sizzix machine. I've used our Gemini MIDI, and I've only gone through once on every single machine, and it has cut out these words fantastically. It's such an incredible way of being able to do some fun different things with our cardstock. So let's just take this from here, and I'm going to just remove the tape and my word from my adorable scoreable. So just peeling that off there like so, and then I'm going to take my trimmer and I'm just going to line my trimmer up to the lowest point on our die. Now it doesn't come all the way on this side, so what you're going to want to do then is just get your scissors or some of your your craft knife or something like that, and just join that line up to that point there. So then we can add this onto here. Which way were we doing it? This way.
That's the other way, yeah.
And then I'm just going to mark it where I want to cut it, just because it's easier by eye. So I still want to have that nice element of sort of like a mirror the whole way around. So lining that up on there, making sure I've got those lines equal, and then with this bit now I can just measure that. So that is 1/4.5. So if I line that front piece up to 1/4.5, we can just cut that exactly where we need it to be. You can obviously, if you're not doing lots of mats and layers, you can use your top die to actually cut out the design into your card blank as well, which will help you sort of stick that on. But for ease, this is a really clever way of doing it. So I'm gonna stick these two together now, pop it on my card, and then we're gonna get really fancy with this foam letter that we now have, that we now have die cut from this sheet. So I'm gonna just trim this off, pop this in place. Beautiful. This can now stick onto here, and we'll just line that up really nicely on there, and that gives you sort of like that really nice front on your card. And then this is where the good stuff happens. So I'm just going to use my die. Oh, it's on the floor now. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to pry out my word, and it's really easy to do this. There's just some elements that of course are going to be a little bit more tricksy, like the thin joins, but the beauty of this is because it's foam, it stays together really nicely, and as much as you want to pull it out of there, you're not going to damage this unless you really yank it out. You're not going to damage this at all. So let's just take out our little words. This is going to be awesome if you're using if you're using the outline die and then you're paper piecing back in these tiny little pieces, because very often they're too small to put foam pads on, but because they're actually made out of foam, now it's not going to be a problem at all. So I'm going to take that out, and then before we put this onto a card, let me just get a little scrap piece. Let me take this from up here. I am going to peel away this front bit. So taking that off all the way over, and we're going to be a little bit fancy here because I am going to use, I've used red mirri around for my mats and layers, but I'm actually going to do my sentiment in gold, and we're going to bring in our gilding flakes. So I am just going to pop this, let's just shimmy these around a little bit so they're all in the around about a little bit more. And I'm just going to pop this in on my word, and we can obviously just move it around until everywhere is sort of covered, and then just
so much fun.
Then just rub the foam into those areas.
How are you doing that so neatly? I had my gilding flakes out yesterday and they went everywhere.
Still got a little bit of paper on that bit because that wasn't sticking on there properly. So let's just try and rub these in here. If I take it out of here, it's going to be really messy, so I'm trying to keep it all in one place.
I know, I'm going to have to use this tip of putting it in a box. I like that idea.
It's so much easier, I think, than doing it any other way. So you're going to just want to keep going around all of those edges until you're happy with how much sort of gilding flakes you have on there. So we can just make sure that bit's popped in there. And you don't have to be very careful with this bit. You can actually just sort of take it off there, and then if there's any bit sort of like around, this is a really handy top tip. Use your blending sponge without anything on it and just get around and sort of remove off any of those bits and pieces, because it will stick to the sort of bottom of there. It's kind of a little bit easier on cardstock because obviously you don't have that edging, but it does really help. Or if you've got I do have mine in here.
That's so clever.
If you have like some sandpaper, that will help as well, just to get rid of any of those sort of like unwanted bits, because it will sort of stick around there. But once you get going, you can get into all those grooves now. You've got quite a lot of gilding flakes on, and release those as much as you want to, because there is some bits that are just...
I'd be having a day just making things like this ready to go, to have a box full.
How cool is it?
Just get out all your gilding flakes, do some in your
They
silvers
just look
and your rose
so
gold.
good. I mean, it's nice sort of being able to heat emboss words like this, and it does give you a similar effect, but I don't think anything is as glamorous as gilding flakes. I mean, look at this word now. It's phenomenal. So let's pop this to one side. We've got a little bit of a mess, but not too much. We can deal with that. It's just going to be all over my hands for most of the day. So anyone receiving parcels from me, going to have a little bit of gold in the way. And then let's peel off our backing, because we now have the ability to stick this. We don't have to add any more glue on. No more sort of tape or bits and pieces like that. Just carefully pry off your wording. You can stick this straight onto a die cut that you cut out from cardstock as well. You can pop this straight onto acetate and parchment, so you're not going to see any of your workings. It is an absolutely incredible thing that we have brought to you, and Kat's going to show you later on in the show, because we have 2 ways of purchasing this. So I'm going to now stick this onto here.
Just thinking, would you be able to like peel a bit back, put your cardstock on, and then die cut? I think it'd go through.
I've tried it. It's a little bit tricksy in terms of how much it will take. So it cuts. Yeah. If you cut it, it cut through, but it hadn't cut all the way through the foam.
Right. Okay.
Because obviously you're going through 350 GSM. Yeah. If you add more shimming, it might well do it. Yeah. So add like a little extra bit of cardstock, added pressure. That might help you. Papers will probably be okay. Papers will be absolutely fine.
And that'll really help stabilise them as well, won't it? Make them thicker.
Papers you could absolutely do. Now it's in place, I can really just go over that now and get rid of any of those lasting, just loose bits and pieces. Look how cute that is.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely phenomenal.
And you can just see the quality of that foam as well, because you were really handling it there.
I was being quite rough there, wasn't I? Getting those
between
bits and
all the
pieces
things, between handling it with your fingers, popping it out of the other pad,
yep,
adding the gilding flakes to it, then scrubbing it down, and it is lasted up brilliantly. So you can see the quality.
Our sentiment, I'm going to be really tricksy. Now this is either going to work magnificently, or I'm probably going to ruin this card. So let's just go for it. I'm going to just use my anti-static bag and just place that onto here. We're going to go with At Christmas.
You're going straight onto your
card. I'm going straight on.
Oh, wow.
I know. I did actually do this the other day, and I do have a top tip if this doesn't work. So let's see how successful we are with this.
But
and if it doesn't work, I'll be able to tell you how you can change it up. So it's going to go about there. That's perfect. It's going with our Versamark. Mine is disgusting because I didn't clean a stamp, and I'm really sad about the fact that it's now messy. So let's pop this on here. And of course, because this is a silk cardstock, the only way you can stamp onto it is probably either using a StazOn or heat embossing it like this. I'm going in with a glittery gold just to match. I could have gone in with red. I do have both available. But that's worked really nicely. So the other day, and I'll tell you, the other day I did a card like this, and it did not, it missed out a piece of my word. And I only noticed when I put my my embossing powder on. So what I did, and I do think they're available to like buy. What I did was I wiped it off with my my finger. I wiped it all off with my finger, and then I used my anti-static bag and I put it back on, and it layered over the old Versamark because it's still there. If you've ever bought one of those rubber, we have them in the craft room because it would be really good to be able to show you visually what I mean. If you've ever bought one of those sort of erasers for glitter or embossing powder, have you seen it in the embossing powder tub? It's like a jelly like square with ridges in. You'll if you stamp and emboss and stuff like that, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I rubbed that over my area where I put the thing, and then I used this and went in again, and it got rid of all the stickiness.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to find that.
We'll find it. Honestly, anyone watching is probably going to know what gobbledygook I'm speaking right now, because it was an absolute amazing thing to be able to help with this. So I'm going to add a couple of pearls to the bottom here. Let's just go for 3 there. in our nice gold pearl selection. And then we'll just lift this up for you, and you can see how fun this card is now. Heat embossing directly on there, and then giving you that nice sort of false edge with the gorgeous design. But you could be doing it this way around on your cards. You could be popping it like Stacey did, cutting out a panel from the front and the bottom and then having a piece of acetate or parchment behind it. There's so many ways in which you can use these dies, but this is a game changer. This 3D foam is essential.
Incredible. Thank you very much, Natalie.
You're welcome.
That was gorgeous. So just before we jump into our newest launch for you, just going to do a quick Win It Weekly reminder. This is your last chance to enter for this week's competition. It is for this gorgeous shadow box die set. And just, there's so many in there. There's so many things you can do with that. Just for just for smaller nesting dies and things, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's
and
really
then you
nice
get these
for
two
that.
inserts as well, worth $59.97. Please like, share and comment your answer to which of these items currently holds the biggest Guinness World Record for its size. Is it A, a carrot, B, a mince pie, or C, a Santa's hat? Won't be long till we're announcing that. So, oh, I'm so excited about these. So this is our newest generation of combos here. So a combo, as you have come to know it, is going to include a die and a stamp. But these ones are Christmas bauble themed, aren't they? Absolutely incredible. So the pricing's the same as the ones before. These are $9.99 each. And let's start with this one here. This is 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. So let's turn it around. So you're going to get your bauble die. So you've got a circle die, and then you've got your bauble topper, and then a little bow embellishment. And then you have got this beautiful stamp that's going to have so many uses, whether you're using it with this bauble or not, that fits perfectly inside your die cut here. And then you've also got these beautiful embellishments on the side here. We've got like little stars and snowflakes, and then this little foliage design that again are so useful for so many things, for creating your backgrounds, just in the embellishments. I saw Natalie make like bend them round and make like a wreath with it the other day. Absolutely gorgeous.
That was very cool.
So this is 'Tis the Season. I really struggle saying that for some reason.
Tis.
Tis,
Maybe it's because
tis.
nowadays it's like not a word. It sounds like we're like slanging a little bit.
I think it does, that's it.
So it's weird.
Next up we have the magic of Christmas. So we've got, is there a special name for this shape? I want to say ellipse, but I don't think that's right at all.
I imagine it as like a teardrop.
Yeah, teardrop
or like, but
shape.
it's not, is it? Because it's not the same at the other side. It will have a shape, won't it?
It will. So this one says, may the magic of Christmas warm your heart. And again, exactly the same concept. You've got your metal cutting die, the topper and the matching ribbon that you can cut out there. And then we have, let's go the right way up, this beautiful stamp that fits perfectly inside it. And of course we've got some card examples to show you in a minute. That beautiful matching border, and then these beautiful almost like little fern elements at the side that just are going to accompany in it. It's absolutely beautiful. And you can see the picture on the packaging there. There's so many different things you can do. And last but certainly not least, we have like this pointed bauble. And this is Merry Christmas. I'll turn that round. So again, the same concept as before. We have got Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And again, if you're just loving the typography on this and you're just wanting to use certain words, you can mask bits off for other things and stuff as well. There's so many ways you can use them. And again, you've got all these little embellishments, a star, little border there, little twigs, and a couple of stars there for you as well. So again, these are $9.99 on their own, $9.49 if you're a club member, and drop to, oh, what was that last one? $8.99 if you are a Diamond Club member. If you would love all three of these today, which is of course the best value to get them, it's $19.98. $18.99 at club members, and Diamond Club members are $17.98. So as before, you're basically getting one for free. And you can get the 2 for $14.98. So can you mix and match them, Jess? Yeah.
How cool
From
is
the
that?
other
So you
combo
could get like one
dies.
of your favourite baubles and then one of your favourite words.
Combos. Yeah, that would be fabulous, wouldn't
Awesome.
it? So let's see what these look like in card form.
There's some epic cards here.
And these two collections are going to work so wonderfully together, aren't they?
They do. They are a match made in heaven, really.
So you can see using lots of the elements here. You've got your bauble, you've got your ribbon at the top and your little topper stamped out in the red there. Mixing and matching all the designs there. So you've got all three on one card. How fabulous is that? Bringing in your inks. I love this idea. I've done one like this before, where you use it as an aperture and then stamp your words in the middle. And then they've also used, I think these are the old Moonstone minis, yeah, from last year, to create this like embossed detail on the background.
It's really clever, isn't it?
Gorgeous. And how realistic does this ribbon look?
I know.
I was like, wow, they've
cool.
tied that really, really well, and then I've realised, oh, because it's a die, but it looks,
it's
so delicate. It looks real.
It's a really good sort of ribbon on there, and of course you can change the ribbons and the tops from all the different baubles that you'll have. This one's really cute.
Oh, thank you. I made this one for the packaging.
I love this one.
So just showing how you can use those twigs and stuff to make up the background.
And don't they make the best backgrounds as well?
Yeah, they do. So pretty.
This one's very cute.
This one's
too.
stunning. I'm surprised this one's not mine. It's very me-esque, but it's not. This is lovely Donna that made this one for us. Has made it into a shaker card. So again, by having that aperture, it really means you can do so much.
How cool are they going to be if you make them from like your circle nesting dies as apertures and then create them as baubles? I love this idea.
Trapping that little ribbon behind.
It's clever,
so
isn't
you
it?
get that moving. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can see it there stamped onto some of our glimmer card, which it does and heats embossed beautifully. Oh, I like this one. Very, very traditional, this one.
This is very cute.
How gorgeous is that?
This is
creating this big wreath with those elements around the outside.
When this came in, I was like, where's the wreath from? And Bex was like, it's been made. And I was like, no.
Yeah, that's so clever.
And it looks so spectacular.
So good. There's the one from the packaging again.
Really
so
nice
bringing in
colourways
elements that aren't necessarily our Christmas designs as well, but you can still make really, really Christmas cards. I think this is the disco dots, isn't it, Miriam?
Yeah, it looks really good in that. This is very clever that Rach did.
Isn't it great? So you're cutting that aperture out the middle and then just layering it over. So many fun things. Such a great concept to add on to our concept collection. It is outstanding. And last but not least, layering them all up, using those elements to add details onto the baubles there. Just on some Mactastic cardstock. Absolutely phenomenal value what you can do with these. All those dies for as little as $17.98 is absolutely incredible value. Shall we see what our Natalie can do with them?
Can I be a real pest?
Yeah.
Could you get me a circle straight edge nesting die? Or it could be the stitched one. Just any. I was supposed to bring it in.
What kind of size?
If you just bring in the packaging, because I'm not actually quite sure.
Are they on your desk?
No, they're going to be
I'll go and get my folder for you.
Okay. They're going to be in the side bits of my trolley.
Yeah, I'll grab mine.
But who knows? Who knows? So we're going to start off by actually making our baubles. So I'm just going to trim this down. And there's two ways that you can do this. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to stamp one side first. And then we're going to die cut it, and then we're going to stamp the reverse, because of course you can use these as like little baubles. I don't know why I've got that out, because I don't need that yet. So let's get our stamp out. Now this is a little bit, this is covered actually in ink because I was using it yesterday, just before we came off air. So let me just clean that up a bit. And we're going to stick with the traditional colours.
The stitch ones are next to it if you want them.
I think it will be this one. Let me just see. Yeah, that will give me enough space. This one will do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kat.
You're
I'll
more
give it
than
you
welcome.
back, I promise.
Okay.
So let's pop this onto here, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to use our brush markers to colour this in, because then we can have different colours on all of the words, which is really quite fun. So I've gone with a really nice sort of khaki green this time. So I'm just going to colour in everywhere with this one, trying to avoid the season and the jolly from our words. And the beauty of this is that because we have our stamping press as well, if we miss anywhere out, we can go back in, but it's going to give you a nice sort of vintage-esque feel if you if that's something that you like as well, with like the loose colour on here. So we're going to fill that bit in, and then we're going to go in with our other colours. So I've gone for a really nice berry red with this one. Not too sure what we're going to do for the background yet, because I do have some more Adorable Scorable, but then when you mentioned about that wreath, I thought, oh my god, should we show people how to do that, because it was really simple to actually put together. So I'm gonna just carry on my words. When it gets to like this area, you can sort of easily just draw around those larger shapes as well. And then I have a little star in that O, which I want to be green so it matches, and then we can place this down onto here. Just move that across, and then we're going to stamp that down. I'm going to pick that up, and it's really, really light. Oh, I've just moved that. This is not going to work, is it? No, that should be right actually. It's really, really light first of all, so you are going to have to go in a couple of times until you get to the intensity of colour and that you're going to want on here. So let's just pop this on again. I've just thought of an even easier way of doing this, because you could stamp it twice and then stick it back to back as well. But you know me, I like to do the difficult parts of card making.
That's what crafting's about, I think.
It is, it is.
If there's a hard way, we'll find it.
Yeah, if there's a hard way, we tend to do that one over the easy one as well, don't we? So I'm going to pop this now back on, and then that should give us more of that sort of like really nice look. Oh no, wrong colour. This is where it gets quite fun though. I'm going to go in one more time. So just bear with me while we get that intensity that we want from this. And of course, the more you get used to doing this, the more you can sort of know where the letters are, know which bits that you're going to colour in, and you can really do this quite quickly, going over all of those edges there. So one more time, and I do want it to be sort of like quite rusticy for this card anyway, so that's perfect. I'm going to use my die to cut this out. So 'tis the season to be jolly. Let's just pop that on there. I'm going to run that through our die cutting machine. I definitely don't need the metal plate for this one, so run that through, and then we're going to do something crazy when this comes out, because now I have my shape. Oops, I need to make sure I wipe that off before anyone gets a "'tis the season to be jolly" on their die cutting. Let's pop this back on here, and you want to make sure that like you're getting it quite flat. I'm going to line it up with the edge here, and you don't have a lot of space for this, so this is where I'm saying put two together, it will be so much easier.
I get you now.
You get me?
Yeah, because mine would definitely end up upside down in one direction.
Right, so stick two together, keep to the easier option. Don't do this, but for your entertainment, that's what I'm here for.
Yes.
You've not got me for a week, so I'm going to make this last demo
What are we going to do without Natalie for a week? We'll fall apart.
So let's pop this on here. I'm going to be quite positive that this is going to be successful and work. Let's see.
Have 100% faith in you.
No, it's not, because I've just coloured it. And before I realigned it up. What's the best way to do this now? Should I just move it down? Oh.
Why don't you just make a little mark on where so you know it's in the right direction? There you go.
I just keep pulling it around.
As long as you don't twist it, you'll be fine.
Do my little, making sure it doesn't move noise. Go again. Here we go, people. So obviously you can see sticking it back to back is your best option. We're going to colour it in one more time and then we're going to leave this be and move on to the rest of our card, because that is going to be quite fun as well. And of course you don't have to use your pens, but it would be a lot harder to create this sort of difference in colour if you were going to go in with your ink pads. You could do it in sections, I guess. You
could mask it off, couldn't you? But it's a little bit close.
It is going to be a bit difficult. So now we have our word on both sides of our bauble.
Clever
so I'm going
girl.
to bring in my screw hole anywhere punch, and I'm going to punch that in the centre. Oops, of that bit there. Let's go on to our background for this card now then. So I'm going to do a 5x5, so I'm just going to trim this card that I have already down to the right size. Or should we do a nice little wonky shape? I do like a wonky shape sometimes.
Is it a 5x6?
It is a 5x6.
I love a 5x6.
Just making sure that we're going to have enough space for my idea though. Let's cut this down to, I'm going to go, no, let's do it 5x6. No, we're going to take two notches off each side, so it's going to just give you a nice little edge that we can keep our card to. Now, super cool trick, if you're wanting to create apertures and we're layering up cardstocks, but you don't want to stick it down first, line it up to where you want it to be, so you know that it's going to be straight. That's probably about right. Tape it down with your low tack tape, then put your die in place and run it through on your die cut machine. I'm going to go sort of like the top half of this card, and you know, if you want to make sort of like simpler cards with this collection and use your adorable scoreable, your card kits, you absolutely can do. But the beauty of stamps and dies sometimes is colouring things in and bringing them to life by just using the elements that we've got. So that's what we're doing here with this one. It'll take a while, but we'll get there. So popping that out now, and it's cut absolutely gorgeously from those two panels. So now we can just remove our tape, and we've got our mat and layer where we want it to go. So put your card blank to one side. We're going to focus on this bit next up. So I'm going to use my acrylic block for this. Probably not this one because it won't fit. This one will be fine. And I'm going to shape this. So just popping it onto here, and then because they are photopolymer stamps, you can move them around.
Oh, this is what I saw you doing the other day. It's fabulous.
With my green. I mean, if I had my ink pads, this would make this process a lot more quicker, but obviously not got those. So I'm going to go in with one colour, and then we're going to switch it up. I've completely changed this demo from what it was going to be. I was going to use this cardstock, which would work amazingly with it, wouldn't it? But I thought, no, I want to do this. Now you've said it, it's really cool and it works so well. So keep colouring that in and then running it around your aperture, and it's going to create you a gorgeous wreath. Now this is doing it one colour. I'm actually going to go in with a second colour. So you can go off that aperture, you can keep in the aperture, completely up to you, however you want to do it.
It's a wreath at the end of the day, isn't it?
Exactly.
They're not, you know.
And obviously we've got a little bit here that we're going to miss, so I'm just going to colour in sort of like one little section here, go back in and line it up, but just focus my pressure on that area there. You are going to get some build-up of colour, but with what we're going to do next, it's not going to be a problem. So let's go in for a dead dark green. And we're not going to do loads of these ones, we're just going to do a couple, maybe 3 in certain places. So just going to go back over it now, and I don't want it to be dead on it, so you want to move it around that space so that your layers really sort of come out of place. I'll lift it up and show you how it sort of sits once we've done this, but you don't want the pattern to be a perfect match, because obviously then you're just going to stamp over where you stamped before and it isn't going to give you that gorgeous layering effect. Yeah. And the beauty of these stamps is that, and using your pens actually, your brush marker water pens, is that you can create gorgeous layering like this. So one more there.
Shelley's made me laugh on the comments on Facebook. First of all, she's put my order is in, and then she's come back with, I won't say how much, but let's just say free next day delivery.
Ooh,
so she's had a good day.
The best. The best. So look how cool this looks now. Can we see this?
Stunning.
How cool does that look laid up on there like that? It's
Amazing.
Such a cool idea, and it makes this card now super fresh and different from what it was going to be before. I'm going to do a little bit of a shadow around here, so let me just get, this is really Natalie crafting on the go and seeing my brain working with this card. Oh, gone a bit too in there, that's fine. So just going around with your pen now. And then what we're going to do, because this is water based, I'm going to use my super thin piece and just bring in that colour. I don't want to push it, I'm more pushing it out than I'm pushing it in,
yeah,
to give you that halo effect.
So beautiful.
Just be careful around the bits where it meets the green as well, because of course that is going to become a bit of a mess if you get those mixed up, like that bit there a little bit. Just pushing that out a bit more.
Like you said, this is such a Natalie card. I'd so guess this was a Natalie card if I didn't see it. Yeah, it's just got your lovely freestyle to it.
It's a bit crazy, that's what I'm going to say. So I'm just going to use my this wipe now, and this is a good technique as well actually, because it's water based. If you've got too much sort of going on, just rub it over with your baby wipe, and of course it's going to release some of that colour and just melt it like back in. So if you're wanting to do this halo effect but it's just coming out a bit too more, or it's a bit too harsh in certain areas, you want to be careful, because I've just gone into that green there. But that's a really cool way of sort of getting that effect as well. Right, shall we put this card together now? Card blank. Card blank, card blank, card blank. I'm going in with the darkest green colour, and I'm edging this up here. We don't want to do a lot of it because it's only going to be like 2/8 of an inch. It's really tiny, the space that we left. But these pens are on your Super Savers, still available until Sunday. You can get all 6 sets and your handbook for less than £50.
What?
Yeah. Only just, it's like £49 something.
No, no.
It is.
They're telling lies.
I'm not.
They must be.
I'm not, I promise.
Someone's had a bang to the head.
I'm not fibbing. So, let's pop this together now. I've got this really nice green organza ribbon. Got far too much of it actually. Let's just trim it out here. I'm going to twist this in. I was thinking then what's gone on with my hands, and I've just been wiping that red on it, haven't I? Twist this ribbon into there, and we're going to stick this down onto our piece where we want it to stay. So just, I'm not cutting it before I do this because I always cut it too short, too long. So making sure it's in the center and that our ribbon sits really nice on there. And then let's just tape that on here because you're not going to see this. And I'm going to remove that tape as well. And then let's bring in our lovely watercolored sheet and let's pop this together. Do you know what would look really good on here as well? And I'm sure I've got some of these in my desk. Little jingle bells.
Oh.
Little jingle bells would be so cute. So let's pop that in place now around here, making sure that your aperture is obviously stuck nice and straight and that your edges are also nice and equal, which they should definitely be because of that nice technique that we did here. So now we've got this beautiful element which is just going to swing freely on here. So I'm going to trim off these edges now and I'm going to keep one piece of this because I can just create a little bow underneath here. I think I should be able to. It's going to be super tiny, all fingers and thumbs. Have we got it? There we go.
Oh, a lot of people are having fun shopping days. That's what we like. We're not surprised with these gorgeous dies
And
today.
there's been so much that, obviously it's payday today, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's so much that we've brought out this week that you're going to be able to take advantage of. Our gnomes,
Yes.
these dies,
Yep.
super savers. It's going to be an absolute dream come true. So now we have this gorgeous little card, and if by chance it swings, you're going to have the sentiment on both sides. So now, no matter if you're looking at it from here with whatever message you've left, or if it's like this, you can see it from both sides. So
You
there
could
you
pop
go.
a bit of that cardstock in that you were going to use
You could
originally. That would
actually,
be
couldn't
stunning
you?
in size. Yeah.
Looks good.
Yep.
It looks good. So there you go, my crazy idea.
An absolutely stunning card as per usual. So we have come to that point on a Friday where we are going to announce our Win It Weekly winners. So is it just, do I just say it? There's nothing coming.
Dun, do you want me to do a big dun 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 dun?
So the question was, which of the items currently holds the biggest Guinness World Record for its size? Is it A, a carrot, B, a mince pie, and C, Santa hat? Now
What's
this
the
one
answer?
well, just before I say it, this is what I've loved this question this week because
It's been really good, hasn't it?
not by this time on a Friday we usually have a very consistent answer coming in, but
Yeah.
even today it's been everywhere. So I'll put you out the misery. The answer is C. It's a Santa hat. Measuring a whopping 15.47 centimetres.
Wow.
That's 50 foot and 9 inches long.
That's huge, isn't it? I must admit,
I wouldn't like to meet that Santa, to be fair.
I was thinking with everyone else's answers that it was going to be the mince pie, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really surprised me that that is the answer.
And sorry, I didn't even get the whole way out. It's 8.23 and 27 foot wide.
Wow.
So the large Santa hat was created by children from Norway's Chill Youth Club. The festive headgear took a total of 3 months to construct back in 2008.
Wow.
Wow.
That's impressive, isn't it?
It is. So, the bit you all really want to know, after all the facts, is who's actually won.
Dun,
Our
dun, dun,
winners
dun,
are...
dun.
We have Irene Huntington and Tina Lewis.
Congratulations.
A wonderful prize you've got coming to you this week.
How exciting.
So just contact us by private message and we will make sure they find their way to you. So, even more exciting
Yes.
than our Win It Weekly. We
Yes.
have got our last thing to show you on the show. You've had a sneak peek and I know from the comments you're all absolutely loving this. We have for you our brand new A4 foam sheets. So, okay, admittedly, not the most exciting thing we're going to show you.
No, it's a little bit It's a little bit boring, really. Nice
Yeah,
plain A4
to
white
look at,
sheet.
but as we've already said, so exciting in so many other ways. So this is an A4 sheet. It's 2mm depth. It's great for your die cutting. I'm going to show you some examples on cards and stuff in the moment. These are $2.99 each, $2.84 for club members and $2.69 for our Diamond Club members. And you just think how much you're going to get out of that. If you just love chopping into your normal foam pads and stuff, this is
creating your
just
own sizes.
Getting your own sizes. It's going to be great for using with your nesting dies if you like making frames for like shaker cards and things like that. Instead of having to wind it all the way around the edge, you can just cut it exactly to the size that you want. So perfect. So that's the first way you can get it, is buy the single sheets, or you can buy a pack of 4 for $9.99 for our normal members, $9.49 for club members, and $8.99 if you are a Diamond Club member.
That's awesome deal.
Isn't it incredible?
That's so good.
I wonder how quick we could get through these 4 sheets.
Well, I got through 2 already.
But you've done a lot of heavy crafting
with the
with
cards
that as
that
well.
we made for the show, and obviously on Hobby Maker. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely be going for the 4.
Just so good. So good for nesting dies. Think about all those frame dies as well that we've brought out. Like that butterfly one. Do you remember the butterfly one that pops out all the butterflies?
Yes.
And then you've got 3D butterflies. You could just have glittery butterflies all over your cards.
There's so many things you could do with this.
That would be epic.
So fantastic. So I'm just going to give you a few examples here before we bob over to our wonderful Natalie again. So again, this is just using it with our combo die there. It's just been obviously cut out, and then you've had your paper cut out popped on top, just to give you, I can't explain why it looks different from when you just put a few foam pads at the back, but it really does.
It stands strong, doesn't it? Than having just like little foam pads here, there and everywhere.
It really gives it that.
The strength that you've got with that one.
And just there's something about it that people probably don't even realise is when you tilt it forward, and because it's a solid consistency, it's just another little level of quality to the card, isn't it?
It does.
So there's a couple in here that have been done using with glitter. So this is like the technique that Natalie showed with the gilding before, but you can add your glitter on top of it. Look how beautifully that sticks to that.
Can't open that acetate and turn it around, because this is the best bit about it.
Look how neat that is. Isn't it absolutely fabulous?
Awesome.
Yeah, no little bitty bits cut out there.
No.
Absolutely stunning.
It's amazing.
Another one with the gold glitter here. It's just so fabulous. Another one like Natalie did before here with those gorgeous gilding flakes. So much fun. Another with the glitter here, and then that halo with the parchment, absolutely gorgeous. Again, another one on acetate here, so cut in to the card. And then again, look at that. Look how neat and perfect it is on the inside. Gorgeous. And last but not least, just layered up with some more white card on the top there. So many great uses for this. I know you're all going to absolutely love it, and the value is incredible. Sorry. Are you ready? She's still playing around.
I am. I'm just looking for some stuff.
So just a quick reminder again, if you would like to purchase this, individual sheets are $2.99. If you would like to get the A4 foam sheet 4-pack, $9.99. $9.49 for our club members and $8.99 for our Diamond Club members. I'd be buying 10.
100%.
At least.
100%. Definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute staple for everyone. Are you nearly ready for it?
I'm ready.
She's dabbing away.
I'm ready.
Can't wait to see what she does next.
So, I'm just trying to find. I do have it. I knew I had it. I'm just trying to find some glittery silver embossing powder. So, because Christmas is all about the glitter, I'm just going to put my antiseptic bag everywhere, because we're going to make a background with this. We're going to go in with those baubles because I just love them. So let's go in with our main sort of stamp first of all. So I'm going to go in with this. I need to get this out because I'm going to use it a couple of times. So we're just going to create a nice background with this. So I'm going to go all over this parchment on here. And the beauty, this is the really good thing about messing up your ink pads, is that it comes in like a nice little grey. And so you can actually make sure that it's all stamped down without having to put your embossing powder on. Downfall is if you're using a clear embossing powder, it's going to look really messy. But we live and we learn. So I'm just going to go a bit crazy with my patterns here, going a bit across the background. On this one, I want to do another one here, and then let's do one more at the bottom, like so. And then with this set as well, you also get little stars. So I'm going to just pop those on as well, and then I can heat emboss this whole sheet at once. So they should fit nicely in some of these gaps that we've created. Just be careful not to touch any of your embossing bits that you've already touched. And this is going to give us a really nice background. So that's ready to go. Before we get into our heat embossing though, I'm also going to just pop this on here. Let's turn that one.
This is one thing that I've learned over the last few years as well, is how sticky your Versamax stays for a while. You don't have to rush
no, you don't.
to get it covered. It does keep its stickiness for a good few minutes.
Right, let's go in with this. I'll just pour it all the way down and then just run this across my parchment. Ooh. Give it a little shake. So gold, silver glitter, obviously not gold, silver glitter on there. Get rid of that bit, put that away, and then I'm going to go in with normal silver on here, so this bit stands out a lot more. So normal silver on there. And then let's get our heat gun out. So I'm going to pop this just on here, and when you've got something that has a lot of bits and pieces on, something like your pokey tool, just to hold it in place where you've not got any bits, is going to be perfect.
No, I'm going to stop you because I've broke mine doing this. Is that your little spatula?
Oh, did you melt it?
Yeah.
Should we do the other side?
Use
then?
the pokey.
Thanks, Kat. That could have been disastrous.
I have got a 3-1 tool with a curly edge.
Imagine. This looks so good.
So much fun.
I'm obsessed already. Look at this. This is the true magic of Christmas, isn't it? Embossing powder is the magic of Christmas. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. That glitter is just phenomenal. I'm going to go over this one. And I think I've got all of that done. So pop that to one side. We're going to die cut this now, and my other bits and pieces too. So let's pop that on there, that on there, and that on there too. I'm going to get some tape just to make sure that doesn't move out of place. And of course we're going to bring back some of those brush markers to create a gorgeous little ombre effect on top of this design that we have popped in there. So just stick those together. That'll work. I'll get my plates out again. Need to make some space. We're running out of space here. Pop those on. Take that off because that doesn't want to go through. Never get it back. The beauty of this Gemini too as well is that I can do this and I'm not worried about the fact that my plates are going to fall on the floor.
I know, it's fab, isn't it?
You just sit really nicely on that little platform. Such a great addition to what already was a really fantastic machine. So take these bits out. They can go up there, out of the way. pop these on here. So you've got your little element there. You've got your gorgeous, super skinny wreath. Wreath? What is wrong with me? I need to go back to bed today.
She's already in holiday mode.
I'm not though.
Are you not?
There's so much that needs to be done before I'm in holiday mode. You're going to have to give me another 3 hours before we reach that point, Kat. But I'll get there today, don't you worry.
I hope so.
So pop this onto there. I'm going to use my super big pen now, and we're going to go in with our beautiful Blue Lagoon colour selection. I'm going to go from a really deep blue to a really light blue. So let's get my colours out. I'm going to go for that one in the middle, and then I want that one maybe.
This is what I love about Christmas these days, is that any colour goes. It's not just your traditional greens and reds anymore. Anything can be Christmas.
Anything, absolutely anything. So I'm going to colour in quite a bit of this. And don't worry about going over your the embossing, because it is a it's going to resist because it's water based, so it'll just come off. I'm just going to go as much as I can into here, and then I'm going to go in and just give these edges a nice sort of ombre, because at the moment it's a bit harsh. Bring that down around into there, and then I'm going to push this colour up. Ooh!
Look at that.
This is where the beauty happens. Let's get rid of some of that darker colour. Just need to fill that bit in there. There we go. So that is our gorgeous little piece. I'm going to go in with that lighter blue on the top of my bauble, and then we're going to go in with the dark and the middle blue with this bit. So I'm going to just kind of ombre this. I'm going to go into those colours and then bring that blue in. And the gorgeous thing about this is that we don't have to use water to sort of ombre with these. You can just go over with your lighter shade, and just like your alcohol markers, they gorgeously blend into one another. It's quite phenomenal. So it's just, you learn, every day is a school day with these products. I tell you that. So we want to create some shape when we put this onto our card. So my really long foam pads are going to be perfect for this. I'm just going to add 2 to the center of the reverse of this.
Why do I feel like the world's most stupidest person? Because I've never thought of just folding them in half before.
It's a game changer, Kat. It's a game changer.
That has blown my tiny little brain.
Good, isn't it? And then I'm going to pop these ones on the side, but not to the edge, because then you're going to get the most dimension. And if you want to add a little bit of glue to make sure that it sticks down really nicely, you can. So that's going to fit on there. I'm going to stick this down. I don't think purple glue stick's going to work, but we'll try it. We'll try it. I think there's just a bit too much foiling behind it, but I have got a lot of glue on that, so. Oh, it's come through the edge. Pop that down. And then this just needs to stick onto the top bit like that, so it just folds over. You can still read that gorgeous word. Oh no, it's stuck to my hand now. There we go. Now we can add tape here, because we know that you're not going to be able to see it, so you can tape up as much of this centerpiece as you want. And then glue dots would be perfect for this next stage, but you know what, I never ever have glue dots. I don't know what it is, but I just keep losing them, or they keep getting misplaced. So, oh, we've got some in here. Just get this sheet of glue dots out. Oh, stuck to each other. And then 4 glue dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can do the magic and just peel them all off like this.
so satisfying, that, isn't
I
it?
love that. And then we'll place these in the bottom corners. This is really good because it's super translucent, so you don't actually see it as much as you would with sort of like tape or another sort of item. And we can always add, well, I'm going to add some gemstones onto this as well. So straight onto our card blank, we don't actually need to pop that onto anything else. So straight onto your card blank, you've got that nice blue from the parchment coming through, the gorgeous detail in there. And then I'm going to finish it off with glitter gemstones, I think, if I can find some in the gorgeous blue. They're shimmer ones, they're normal ones, pearl ones. We not got any glitter ones. This is sad, or are they in there? So many gemstones to choose from. Might do, these ones will work. These are our shimmer ones. Have we not got any glitter ones in here? No, they're all pearly ones. This will do. And we'll go with the super big ones just to help with disguising where we've added that parchment. So let's pop that down. I don't know if I took the backing off my tape. I didn't. I thought it was a bit breezy. Let's just open this up. Get underneath there. And then, there we go, all stuck down.
Gorgeous.
There you go, another really nice way of being able to use those stamps and dies together.
Incredible. Thank you so much for your beautiful demos today, Natalie.
You're welcome.
Showed them
We
off
got there in the
absolutely
end.
spectacularly. So, it's that time on a Friday that we know is probably your absolute favourite. It's time to spin the wheel.
We've got it, we've got it.
So,
what is the crazy question this
the question
week?
it's a
Is it
good
quite
one.
normal?
This one, yeah, it's very, very normal. So we've had
Emily didn't write it then.
We've had lots of lovely Christmas launches so far here at Hunky Dory, but we would like to know what is your favourite so far.
Oh, good question.
So if you start typing your answers into the comments, and our Jess will pick one in a minute or two, and you could be in the chance with winning
Storage
case.
Oh yes, I'd be grabbing one of those 16 ones that have just come back into stock.
Yeah, so can you choose which storage case out of?
Yeah.
Oh wow, yes,
Yeah.
definitely, 100%. So
Stamps. Oh, they'll all be organised. You'll be able to use it for
Yes.
anything.
So let's see what you're saying over here. What is your favourite Christmas collection? Please be commenting. Gnomes,
Of course.
Mirry.
Mirry's a good one.
Someone's put foam. I think that'll take you all throughout the year. We don't do a specific Christmas one, but we love the enthusiasm.
We love it, yeah. Maybe it's this foam that we've launched today. Maybe that's their favourite. It is
Yes.
an epic thing. What else have we got?
Bauble Pattern Pack, a Meowie Christmas Topper set. Michelle's put, this is like asking me to choose a favourite child.
True.
But
you can do it.
you can do it because we won't tell them. We won't. Bauble Stamps and Dies from today. Gnomes from Christmas collection. Festive diorama cards. So we're getting a really good mix of everything we've launched so far.
Do you know
Has
what?
to be the blockbuster.
It's only been a couple of weeks, but I forget about things that we've
I
already
know,
launched.
it's mad. It's been so full on, hasn't it?
It's been crazy. You've got so much more coming up though. Don't you worry.
Yeah, somebody's put decollage.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
I've not seen it yet.
They're getting sneak peeks on us, aren't they?
I've not seen it yet.
Maybe they just know it is going to be absolutely amazing.
This is true.
Classic Christmas Bauble Pattern Pack. Lots of love for the Bauble Pattern Pack.
It's a
People
good
are
pack.
loving that.
It's
It
a good
is.
pack.
The black cat again from the Blockbuster.
Bestseller, that one, Kat.
It is.
The black cat. Everyone loves it.
Very, very. You always love the animals though, don't you?
True.
We know that. Have you got a winner, Jess? Are we giving him a bit lover? Another minute. Okey-doke. What's your favourite bin, Natalie?
I'm trying to think, you know. I don't think it's been yet. Shall we say that?
Okay.
I don't think
it's
it's
coming
been
up. Come
yet.
in.
From what we've done already, I'm going to say this collection.
Yeah.
Because I love stamps and dies.
Yeah.
And I just love getting super creative with them. So I'm going to say this collection today.
Yeah, I think I'm with Natalie. We absolutely love our combos, don't we?
Yeah.
They're so useful.
We're a little bit obsessed with combos.
Yeah, definitely.
But if I was going to say Blockbuster, I'd say, do you know, the classic Blockbuster's been my favourite this year.
Yeah.
Which is, normally I'm a contemporary girl, but I have like the classic one this year.
Yeah.
What's coming up this weekend, Kat?
This weekend we have got for you, I'm going to move this out of the way because I feel like I'm all in the thingy. It says on here, you can find Kat, now I'm not sure who she is, but I've heard she's a bit annoying, on Hobby Maker this Sunday.
Don't say things like that about Kat. I'm going to text her and tell her.
We have got a festive, fun-filled Sunday for you. We've got a whopping 4 shows on Sunday.
Huge.
So at 1 p.m, I am there with...
Oh my goodness, Kat. I forgot about this one.
I know. Yeah. You're going to love this. We have got... You've been asking for them.
You have.
And you've got them. It is our Christmas Say It With style pads.
Oh my gosh.
They're not going to disappoint. I promise. They
Zena
are
is
so much fun.
lose her socks when she sees those designs.
They are incredible.
Make sure you hold on to your pads though, because she'll steal them.
Yes.
She did that with me.
At 3 p.m, I have got the Christmas topper favourites.
We like those.
So going back and having a visit of those. 5 p.m, something else a little bit different for you here. We have got our laser cut Christmas MDF shapes. I had so much fun prepping with these yesterday.
I can't wait to see what you do with that, you know. I'm definitely going to tune in for that one.
Yeah. I'm doing a few different things, a little bit technique-y, a little bit of cards, showing them off in different ways, building them up into other things. So much fun. And finally, at 7 p.m, I get my turn to play with these beautiful combos.
So you know it's going to be an awesome show.
So I cannot wait. Sunday is going to be a fabulous day. Have you got a winner for us, Jess?
I do. And she said the diorama concept card.
Yes.
That was another firm favourite.
Yeah.
So Susan Reed? Eid? Susan Eid.
Yeah.
Susan Eid, congratulations.
Congratulations. So as before with the weekly winners, email in and private email and or message and let us know your address and we'll get them sent out for you. So we've done what is next up on TV, but next up on Hunky Dory TV, we'll be back on Monday with our Christmas sale with dial pads, and you have got Rebecca and Anne-Marie for that, so that's going to be an absolutely whopping show for you from 10 a.m. So say goodbye to Natalie for a week because she's off on her jollies.
Goodbye.
And I will see you next week. Have a fabulous weekend. Bye.